boom, and it went right back in the joint again.
Weird.
It's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
My dad had a TIA. It's a temporary something event whereby it's similar to a mini stroke.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to the ER. And, of course, they called me to come in. And, yeah, I mean, his vitals were all up and down in his monitor and everything. And I'm like, Daddy, what are you doing? And I could see that, man, that man needs to get in his body. He's, like, way out there. And the vitals were going up and down and up and down. And I just went over there and I touched his feet. And I said, hey. And then the vitals just all started coming back down and all leveled out.
Wild.
So, yeah. So those are just some instances. There's been probably many others that I can't enumerate. It's not just about that. It's about my life and the miracles that have happened in my life. It's with the Reiki. It's not just with the people. It's with me too. And how situations came about even though they were hard for me. And how it unfolded into a miraculous outcome.
Okay. Is when you're healed or when you heal someone with Reiki, is it a one-time treatment or could it be periodically over months or is it a lifetime?
I don't set up any type of time period for that person. I'll allow them to come to me as many times as they would like. Because to me, Reiki is working individually with that person. And if they're ready for a total healing, then they may be healed in one time. It's all about their beliefs and them taking the personal responsibility that they need to take to contribute to their own healing. Because it's the energy working through me to that other person. Yes, we for human understanding, we say that yes, I'm a healer, but I'm really the vessel. I'm the vessel for that energy to flow through, because I've said yes to this responsibility, because it is a responsibility. You have to really listen to your intuition and your understanding to know what a person requires. And some people are not open either. And if they're not ready, then I'm not going to push them. And some people will want to do that. Like my Reiki students. Some of them come to me every other week just to keep up, because they may be doing their own practice or, doing a lot of sessions while they're in their training period. And so I don't have any problem doing Reiki with them. And so I'll do it as long as they want. And then I just have people that come in and out periodically.
Do you think Reiki works for everyone then, even skeptics?
Reiki does not work for skeptics. It's all about belief.
It is about belief.
It is about belief.
Everything.
Everything.
You have to believe in it for it to work.
So is medicine. So is anything that's out there that is for your healing. Because your body is able to heal itself if you allow it. It depends on what the root cause is, and if you're able to target that root cause, and if you believe that the doctors are gonna heal you, they will. Or the medicine, or a Reiki practitioner, or a massage therapist, or a reflexologist, or whoever is in different types of healing. Herbalist, homeopathy. There's so many healing modalities out there. Whatever you believe in. I use aromatherapy oils with myself in my body as well as my Reiki. Because for me, the oils are the lifeblood of plants. And that resonates with me.
Do you ever work alongside medical doctors? And if so, how do you do that?
Actually, I haven't worked alongside of them. However, I was asked 2 years in a row to go and bless people's hands over at Women's Hospital. And so I did. I did doctors and nurses and techs and CNAs and the whole staff. blessing their hands, and but I have done Reiki or healing touch alongside nurses, and so I have a lot of nursing students that take Reiki, but some of them also not only take Reiki, but they take massage therapy. You know, because those work a lot. A lot of these modalities work hand in hand with medicine. Now, I think it's being introduced more and more in the hospitals as far as like individuals like myself going and doing Reiki on some of the patients, like for aftercare. But as far as being set up in a hospital here in Louisiana, no. But there are 70 hospitals in the United States that have programs, that have Reiki programs for before and after care in the hospitals.
What are your prices? Changing gears a bit.
Okay. My prices is for a full session is $40. And that's it.
Is Reiki your main source of income, or do you supplement it with other things?
I do other things.
Okay.
I do an aromatherapy business. I go in and teach, and people sign up to purchase the oils or to become distributors in Young Living oils. And I also work 1 day a week at my church, being a bookstore manager and the bookkeeper. I have one bookkeeping client that I do, and I have other clients that ask me periodically, and I come in and I have a decluttering business that I go in and declutter people's homes, get rid of junk, and pass it on to Goodwill or Salvation Army or that sort of thing. And I do a lot of other stuff that's mostly volunteer time, where I facilitate things with labyrinth walks and spiritual cinema and things of that sort at the church, teaching the aromatherapy classes, that sort of thing.
What's spiritual cinema?
Cinema. Spiritual cinema.
Talk today.
That's okay. Spiritual cinema has different types of movies. We get together and we have potluck because everybody likes to have a good time and have food.
Yeah.
So we bring our favorite dish and we eat for about an hour, and then we go, and usually the film's between an hour to 2 hours, and it's usually a documentary type film based on someone's spiritual experience, and it could be different things. And it also could be different subject matter. It could not only be that, it could be about belief, it could be about, it could be about something theological type stuff. But all of it is it's just a really interesting program because some of it's a storyline, and I like to go and I like to do controversial things to be thought provoking. Because I'm so interested in it.
Yeah.
Like talking about Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Is there really a royal bloodline and all this kind of stuff? Or like the last film I just shown was Wake Up. Well, it's about this guy, him and his girlfriend living in New York City. He's from rural Georgia, and then all of a sudden one day he starts seeing ghosts and stuff. And he's like not knowing what to do with none of that. And his girlfriend's even more concerned for him, And so then it's an unfoldment of a spiritual journey to understand why he's got this gift now, why he woke up,
How many people do you usually see a week to perform Reiki? Or a month or whatever?
Usually probably maybe 2 or 3 a week.
2 or 3 a
Yeah,
week?
it's not a whole lot.
Okay.
It's kind of steady, and then some weeks it might be a whole bunch, but that's just an average.
How do you network? How do you find your clients, and how do your clients find you?
Well, that's a great question. A lot of times it's through my students, through people that I meet at church or at any event at church where I'm at, and if I hear somebody talk about something and they're looking for something like that, I always have a perky ear that says, oh, well, maybe they might be interested in Reiki. So I have a business card. And, of course, I network through email. I have probably about 200 on my email list, my mailing list. And that's pretty much it, through friends, through networking, through the internet, my business card. through events through the church, people referring me. You know, I have friends and family and people in that circle that will refer me to somebody else, or like from the Red Shoes. You know, I taught Reiki over there, so they have me on their list, and so if any of the people over there that work there, the director and all the office staff over there, if they know of somebody that wants Reiki or wants to learn Reiki, they will send me an email and refer them to me.
Could you describe your typical clientele, like gender, race, socioeconomic class?
Oh,
if there is any specific.
There is not.
There isn't?
No, it's pretty wide.
Okay.
You know,
Are they mostly women or
mostly women?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly women.
Mm-hmm.
There is mostly women, but culturally it's pretty wide.
It's varied.
Yeah, I have some men clients come to me, but not as many as the women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it is culturally wide.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen different results in man versus woman? Different effects? Or?
They seem not to verbalize their experience as much.
The men?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's typical. They don't like to share their thoughts.
Yeah, if you can get one that really wants to talk to you, then they're in tune with their feminine side, okay?
Yeah.
Well, that's because the feminine side is that part of the intuition, the emotional part. You know, the male side is more of an action-oriented, the linear, you know, that kind of side.
Do you offer services aside from Reiki, like different energy services and stuff like that, healing?
Not really.
No.
No, not really. I mean, I am certified in intuitive primal response stimulation, but I usually don't use that modality. It's a certification. It's not licensed. It's similar to massage, but you strictly work up and down the bone line, whereby you're loosening the tissues and the muscles around that bone line. It's just like, and the person keeps their clothes on, and you work down those lines, the back, along the shoulders, in the hip bone areas, down the legs. And a person can also lay on the floor, and you can use your feet to do it, to manipulate the muscles down those bone lines. But usually, I don't use it.
Does insurance cover any of your services with Reiki?
Not here in Louisiana.
Do you sell things? What type of things would you sell? Like your aromatherapy candles you mentioned?
I don't really sell them per se. I get people to sign up under me, and they buy it directly from the manufacturer, either retail or they can become a distributor.
Does Reiki affect your lifestyle other than the ways we've talked about? Like, do you see a medical doctor, and do your pets see one?
My pets see a medical doctor. I still do Reiki on them. I haven't seen a medical doctor, but just for regular checkup kind of things, mostly feminine things to do. But I did have an event about 3 years ago where I was in the hospital for 3 days. I fell in my yard cutting grass, and I was using a lot of supplements at the time that were, I didn't know that they were blood coagulant type supplements. And so when I fell, I hit the back of my shoulder, but I didn't think anything of it because, I'm get up and go. I come in here and, chilled out and everything. And then about a week and a half later, my arm swelled up from here all the way down, about 4 inches bigger than the other side. And I went to the ER, and I had a blood clot right here.
That's scary.
So for 3 days, I was in the hospital, IV, and really the only thing that I do now is I take a baby aspirin every day just to make sure that my blood's clear. I know that there's some aromatherapy oils that can do the same effect as baby aspirin, but at this point I'm still continuing to learn, and I want to feel comfortable with my intuition on what I'm to use in my body first.
Right.
So basically what I use is the lemon oil to keep my body detoxified, and it helps with weight, and it helps with energy. And I don't use any other supplements any longer. That's all I have every day. It's just me going. And the Reiki, and doing the Reiki.